Welcome to the JRPG Canon, the podcast where we play a little bit of a video game to learn a little bit about video games. I'm Sam.
I'm Bernard.
And today we'll be covering the 2009 browser-based interactive fiction game, Fallen London. But have you ever heard of this game before, Bernard?
I had literally never heard of it until you said that we're gonna do it on the interactive fiction arc. All I know is that it came out in 2009 originally, and it is something I would have been into in 2009 probably.
Yeah, I learned it existed when I got the commission request from L-Tan TV to do this episode on Fallen London. So we'll be going in with as fresh eyes as possible, I guess. But first, we should talk about the history of the game. So, back in the aughts, Alexis Kennedy was a web developer who loved writing and thought that he was pretty good at it. So, he started one of those Twitter interactive fiction threads and began to trace the outline of a world where London was decaying and gothic and weird, but like not in the way it always is. Zing, I've never been to the UK. I don't even know if this joke makes sense, but there we go. His Twitter fiction got some decent engagement, so he thought that maybe he could make a text adventure game for the browser, because this was back when browser games were all the rage, like Farmville and Mafia Wars and all of that. So he thought that there would be room for an interactive fiction entry into that space. He said in an interview with Rock Paper Shotgun, "The new thing at that time was social games, and my plan, almost explicitly, was this. Step 1, Mafia Wars has several million players, and Mafia Wars is shit. Step 2, let's make a game that isn't shit. Step 3, question mark. Step 4, profit." But to get around to step 4, he thought that his game needed some art to bring it up to snuff, so he reached out to his journalist friend, Paul Arndt, who he knew drew for fun, and asked him if he could provide 20 icons for his new game idea. Kennedy told Arndt, I want this to be legit and professional. I want to pay you for all of the work that you do. But Arndt said, you can just give me a percentage of the profits. And Kennedy was like, there's a very high chance that I will make $0 off of this forever. And Arndt said, that's fine by me. So those 20 icons became 200 icons, and in 2009 they created Echo Bazaar, and it was completely free. How was that percentage of $0 treating you, Arndt? So the way that Mafia Wars and Farmville made money was through microtransactions, and the way that it gained players was by endless amounts of social media spam. And Kennedy and Arndt didn't want to be spammy. They wanted to be, quote, viral but gentle, which didn't go very well for them. People won't know that your browser game is gentle and not spammy until they already give you their contact details, which they're not going to do because all of the other games are spammy. And anytime they would try and get press for Echo Bazaar, the top comment in the comment section was always, "Oh, this is one of those Twitter games. I thought it was a real game for a second," and negate a lot of the momentum that they would have got from that article. Kennedy and Arndt said that they just weren't comfortable with the spammy nature of social games, and so they rebranded Echo Bazaar as Fallen London, started over, and drew a line in the sand. We are not a social game, we're a story game. So instead of getting a +1 Tommy gun or a gold star strawberry, your rewards would be more story itself. So getting sentences of the story had an intrinsic value and not just a number go up. So they built an engine for Fallen London called Story Nexus and branded themselves as Buzzkill Games, but didn't like the ring of that. And they eventually landed on Fail Better Games, named after a Samuel Beckett quote: "Try again, fail better." As they started designing Fallen London, they were inspired by worlds like Eve and World of Warcraft, where you have these elaborate, intricate lores, but they hated the fact that you only get the payoffs for that lore if you give hours and days and weeks of your time committed to the grind of high-level raid content. They wanted to have the elaborate lore, but give it out in a way that a father of 2 could experience it with just a few minutes every day.
Fuck fathers of 3, though.
Yeah, fuck them. And they weren't interested in only respecting the player's time, but also the writer's time as well. They made Story Nexus with their journalistic backgrounds in mind and made writing and producing for the game closer to going to press than developing a game. Kennedy said in that interview that he sometimes would come up with content in the morning and it would be in the game by lunchtime, which is absolutely insane turnaround for video game development. And so over time, this little browser game grew enough where the percentage that Arndt got grew to be a full-time salary. So, and the team even expanded, and the game has been going strong ever since. Kennedy left Failbetter in 2016 to go write for Dragon Age and Stellaris and to make his solo project Cultist Simulator. And then Fallen London's director and lead writer ever since has been Chris Gardner. And Failbetter Games has gone on to make several spin-off titles such as Sunless Sea and Sunless Skies. But we are here to see where it all began for the third time and play Fallen London right after this brief break. Okay, so I skipped the account creation step because you guys don't need to know my personal email address. So here we are, right after you make your account on the first page of Fallen London, where we get to choose a character name. And that character name is Totino's DiGiorno.
Oh, yeah.
And it's available, hell yeah.
Yay.
May we ask if, oh my god, my my scroll wheel is very touchy. Maybe ask whether you're a lady or a gentleman. A lady, a gentleman, or my dear sir, there are individuals roaming the streets of Fallen London at this very moment with the faces of squid. Squid. Do you ask them their gender? And yet you waste our time asking me trifling and impertinent questions about mine. It is my own business, sir, and I bid you good day. Just have to pick the funny one. And then we get to choose a silhouette that best represents Totino's DiGiorno.
Neat. Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Goodness. There is... it just keeps going.
It does just keep going. I like the rat tail so far.
Yeah. Usually the game tells me who Totino's DiGiorno is.
I know. We've never had to...
And it's usually some anime twink.
This is an anime twink. Should we pick the anime twink?
Yes.
There we go. So now, let's play Fallen London.
Ooh, we have 20 actions out of 20.
Awesome.
So do you know how this works? What
Not
do
at
we
all.
do now?
So
I guess we read the words and...
Yeah, we read the words and see what it says.
Unfairly imprisoned. From up here, freedom seems so close. Fallen London sprawls below your stalactite cell, vast and illuminated by 1,000 flickering gas lights. Only the bars of this prison keep you here, and not for much longer. Hello, delicious friend. To find out who you are and why you're here, you need to escape from prison. So, it looks like we can either recall where we are, or concentrate on escaping.
Let's concentrate on escaping.
We did not leave the surface behind to spend the rest of our days locked away in here. This choice will move the story onwards. But in Fallen London, it's often encouraged to explore everything before moving on, it says.
So yeah, let's do this.
Well,
and this
us
one
no actions.
Doesn't cost us actions, so let's do that.
A cavern the size of Europe. And a prison and a stalactite clinging to its roof. This is New Newgate. Very funny. London's premier correctional facility, serviced by dirigibles and guarded by warders who wear lumpy sacks over their faces. It's best not to make jokes about the latter. They're not employed for their sense of humor. Below, the lights of Fallen London glimmer at the edge of a dark cave sea like a handful of dropped jewels. During the day, when Londoners light more candles and gas lamps, the jewels are that much brighter. But above you, in the cavern roof, phosphorescent artificial stars are always visible. Deep, dark, marvelous, and now you need to get out.
Words. So now we can concentrate on escaping.
plan forms. This is New Newgate, formed from a stalactite that hangs from the starry ceiling of the cavern. It is a half-mile fall from the barred cell window to the ground far, far below. However, New Newgate is a prison, and prisons require prisoners. More to the point, prisoners require food. A supply dirigible brings food to the prison every day. It passes directly below your window, and the mortar that holds the window bars in place is old and rotting. If you can work them free... Most choices in Fallen London costs an action. Look at the candle in the top left of the screen to see how many actions you have. Actions gradually replenish, up to a total of 20 or 40 for subscribers.
Speaking of which, we have a fate score and stats of watchful, shadowy, dangerous, and persuasive. So
I like how the stats are represented by animals. That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure why a fox or a wolf or whatever is persuasive.
The big bad wolf would be my guess. Like, hey, little girl, let me come in and eat your grandma or whatever.
Okay.
Or wily. That's closest I can think of. But we are now preparing for a daring escape.
Making an escape, New Newgate cannot hold you. Your imprisonment is unjust and worse, inconvenient. The means of your escape is clear. Now you must concentrate on the method. Observe the jailers.
British.
Yeah, just I know it's jailers, but you see that.
This is goalers. We were watching soccer.
Football, excuse you. This is British.
Okay, then it's jailers. What do you want from me?
If you can learn their schedule, you can also learn the opportune moment to make your escape. This is a watchful challenge. Watchful challenges encompass observation, deduction, and the uncovering of secrets. And our watchful quality gives us a 100% chance of success.
Lock this by not having learned this schedule. Okay, well, we just started and we did everything we could, so.
Monotony. The jailers shuffle through the prison bearing lanterns and truncheons. Occasionally, they stick one or the other through the bars of a cell to discommode the prisoners with.
Ew. I only know commode as a euphemism for toilet, so.
Who knows what that means? It's British. It probably doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You hear sobs, grunts, and the occasional ooth-a-through from a rubbery prisoner. The sacks they wear for masks make telling them apart impossible. They do provide one advantage, however. When not drinking, dicing, or patrolling, one sits outside your cell and indulges in a discreet nap. If it weren't for the snoring, you wouldn't be able to tell. You make note of his rota. What? And begin to wait for his next shift. Is rota? Is that what does that mean?
I don't know. Google it. What does that mean?
Okay, I guess you're recording, so...
Yeah, I can't just tab over to Google.
British English. What a surprise. A list showing when each of a number of people has to do a particular job.
Okay, so his
shift schedule?
Yeah.
Okay. Challenges will improve your skills, even if you fail. Just like real life. Most challenges in Fallen London give you the opportunity to try again, just like real life. Sometimes you must perform the same action more than once, just like real life. So our watchful is increasing, and we have now learned one learning of the jailer's schedule.
So yeah, I guess we did it.
The hour of your... No, it was actually different.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
It looked the same to me.
Yeah, but I read the words and they were different. But these words seem to be the same.
Yeah, this is the same one.
Your escape is clear. Now all you need is a distraction. The former is your own affair. The latter will require help. Fortunately, you have a cellmate. You can learn about your skills and other things about you on the Myself tab. Just look above the story content. Particularly important qualities will be visible in the sidebar. Now...
An unremarkable individual.
Yep. That's me.
That's what we got. We have journal and circumstances. And that's it. Sure, that will fill out as we go along.
So it looks like we just keep doing the same observe the jailer's thing, and yeah, this seems to be the same. So we're just learning the jailer's schedule over and over as different jailers come to take a nap in front of us, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Convince your cellmate to assist in your escape. He is a literal devil. The yellow eyes are a giveaway. He's unlikely to be sympathetic to the jailers. The question is whether he'll be sympathetic to you. This is a persuasive challenge. Persuasive challenges encompass the arts of conversation, the forging of relationships, and the display of your own charisma. We have a 100% chance of success. This game is easy. The unlucky devil is here by diplomatic arrangement. Fallen London enjoys an uneasy relationship with its nearest neighbor, Hell. They spy on each other frequently. This devil was unfortunate enough to be caught. The unlucky devil listens to your plan for only a moment, but he is convinced. Anything to be out of here, he says. Prison is not good for the soul. He gives you a hungry look and then turns his attention to the bars of your cell. A moment's hesitation. Judging time down here is difficult. There is neither night nor day, only the green gleam of the false stars above and the gaslights of London below. All you can do is wait for the sleepy jailer to take up his post. The unlucky devil taps you on the shoulder as you watch. What brought you down here? He asks, his voice pitched low, which I definitely wasn't pitching my voice low, and made you risk this. He gestures to the walls and bars of New Newgate. So now we have options. Oh gosh, we have 3 or more options.
Pursuit of pleasure, pursuit of discovery, pursuit of wonder, pursuit of escape.
These are not permanent choices. In Fallen London, many avenues are available to you, and your character may change in unexpected ways.
Okay. So, which one should we go with?
I think Dotina Sojourno pursues pleasure.
Yeah.
London is a city of vices, most unknown of the surface. On the surface. They say you can drink wine made of mushrooms here. They say London was made for lovers. They say you can walk in dreams. They can't all be wrong. The unlucky devil smirks. I'll be seeing you again then. I imagine you'll find your way to the brass embassy. Your sort can't seem to stay away. He pauses for a moment and frowns. Wait, do you hear that? You listen carefully. At first, only the silence of the prison, then slowly you hear it, soft but unmistakable, the sound of snoring. The devil stands up, brushing dust from his knees. Get ready. It's time. You're putting your escape plan into action. Your jailer is asleep, snoring behind his sackcloth hood. The gaslights are low on the walls, sending eerie flickers dancing along the smooth surface of the stalactite. It is time. Wriggle out of your manacles. You would be able to reach the jailer's key if your hands weren't manacled together. And then make your escape. I guess we have to get the key before we can do that. The irons are, fortunately, quite poorly made. You work your wrists against the cuff, chafing your skin as you begin to inch your hands free. You now have access to the Possessions tab. It's shown just above the story content. You need to remove your manacles to steal the jailer's key. You can find them in your gloves slot, or click or tap on them in order to remove them. I guess those are gloves.
That is very cute.
We remove our boot gloves as well?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Can we remove our clothes? Should we remove our clothes?
We can, but I don't think we should.
It will make us less persuasive. Wait. No, they are ragged clothing that make us less persuasive.
All right, let's be naked. It makes us persuasive.
What about our mask?
It
makes us more shadowy. Hell yeah.
All right.
The jailer's keys are in reach if you can filch them without waking him.
Shadowy challenge.
You reach as far as you can and feel the chill of metal against your fingers. The keys are within your grasp. With a muffled grunt, you stretch just a fraction further and close your hand around the keys. Without making a sound, you slip your arm back inside the cell and slip the key into the lock. The unlucky devil looks impressed. Quiet as church mice. It took me a second to parse that word. I was like,
yeah.
Church mice.
Mm-hmm.
You creep out of from the cell. The unlucky devil closes the door behind you, and together you steal past the sleeping jailer. A dark arch looms ahead. Stairs lead further down to where the dirigibles wait. I feel like considering mice that are in a church to be even quieter than regular mice is a very British thing.
Absolutely.
Following the stairs, down and down through New Newgate, you pass larders filled with mushrooms and candles, offices groaning with yellowing paperwork on row upon row of cells, where grim faces peer out through the bars. The guard passes once, but you stick to the shadows against the wall and he walks by, unseeing. At last you reach the final stair and the door to the dirigible berth. The light of the false stars washes over you as you step out of the cavern roof. A dirigible waits at the berth, its crew readying it to depart. All that stands between you is a lone jailer piling crates of food beside the door. So, looks like we can knock out the jailer. Can we do anything else? Nope.
No.
It wouldn't technically be murder. Death is rarely permanent in Fallen London, but you can certainly inconvenience him.
Fun.
The jailer barely has time to stand before you are upon him. He reaches for the cudgel at his belt, but you are faster. Once, twice, thrice about the temples, and he staggers, arms flailing as he tries to steady himself from falling over the edge. You push your advantage before he can recover. A smart knock to the chest has him overbalanced, and gravity does the rest. You grab the sack from his face as he topples away. The unlucky devil gives you a polite round of applause as the jailer disappears from sight. "Shall we?" the devil says, indicating the waiting dirigible. Well, damn. Your learning the jailer's schedule quality has gone.
Oh no.
As one, or together, the dirigible is ready to depart for London. You and the unlucky devil stand on a slim ledge beyond the prison door. The dirigible pilot has not noticed you yet. You have the jailer's sackcloth mask. You could attempt a disguise, but there are two of you, and only one mask. Interrogate the devil, take the unlucky devil with you, abandon the unlucky devil. Offer the mask of the unlucky devil. So the first one won't advance the story. You know how this works. The decision is going to come back to haunt you, isn't it? You won't be caught out at all.
Let's do free ones.
The unlucky devil looks back at you with those amber eyes. He simply wishes to leave this place. He is not dangerous, no more than any other devil. And weren't you yourself incarcerated unjustly? Would you deny him the same release you seek? It will cost nothing to take him with you, and probably won't come back to bite you. Definitely won't come back to bite you, he insists. He does not favor biting.
Right, so take him with me.
Let's see what the flavor text is here. You don't expect him to accept it, of course. The disguise will suit you better, but politeness doesn't go out the window just because you're breaking out of prison. So yeah, we could do any three of these. I don't feel particularly strongly.
Yeah.
No, after you. The unlucky devil takes up the mask and regards you with amusement. Of course, he could now put it on and hand you over to the guards before escaping alone in the dirigible, but at least your etiquette would remain unimpeached. Instead, he passes you the stinking thing and gestures to the dirigible. After you, he says, pantomiming a bow. Wouldn't that just be a bow?
I guess.
How do you pantomime a bow and not just bow?
Maybe he bows, but like not a like earnest bow. Like does it like joking?
He just like does that flinging your hand around in the air that you sort of do before you bow.
Mm-hmm.
He falls into step behind you as you negotiate with the dirigible pilot. The pilot has noticed nothing. He expected to meet a jailer, and now he has. Anything more is more than he's paid to notice. You nestle in the berth of the dirigible, the unlucky devil beside you. With a swift untethering of ropes, the dirigible is free. Slowly you begin your descent until New Newgate is just one of many stalactites high on the cavern roof. The unlucky devil is left New Newgate at your side. The dirigible descends by slow degrees. You watch the false stars above become distant emerald glimmers. New Newgate slowly sinks from view, one stalactite among many. For the first time in a long while, you have a moment to plan your course ahead. Where will you go when the dirigible lands? You will be able to visit all 4 areas. Each is suited to a different one of your main skills, but you will need to advance all 4 to progress. So, Watchmaker's Hill, Spite, Vale Garden, Ladybones Road.
Hell yeah.
A crowded street adjoining the train station to hell, a haunt of spies and informants, criminals and constables, dense with fog and mystery. It's rumored that there's a detective there in need of any assistance he can get. You seem to feel strongly about Ladybones Road.
Yeah, it sounded fun. It sounded funny.
The dirigible spirals slowly down over the smoldering lights of fallen London. The cavern breezes of the Neath pluck at your clothing. As the dirigible passes low over Hangman's Arch, you leap, rolling as you land on the broad, flat top of the arch. It's an easy climb down from here. The heads of the recently hanged turn to watch you as you pass. One gives you a sardonic wink. Welcome to fallen London. The unlucky devil gives you one last smile. Hell will remember your kindness, he says, before walking away into the fog. You are alone once more, and all of London lies before you. Welcome to fallen London, delicious friend. Our actions have been refreshed. Oh god, how long am I going to have to read? You have moved to a new area, Ladybones Road. You completed your daring escape. You're free. An occurrence! You're a newcomer to the Neath quality is now 4. Thousand choices. You
with
slip
one
through,
choice.
You slip through the streets, putting some distance between you and the drifting dirigible. Contemplate your incredible good fortune. You're free! You made it out of Newgate Prison into the streets of the city. Harsh realities. Of course, you're homeless, penniless, and carrying nothing more than the fetid clothes your captors provided you. But now you can start. Now you're free. You'll find many more choices and stories available to you. If in doubt, look for stories with a blue border. These are particularly relevant to new players and often unlock new options. Our newcomer to the Neath quality is now 3, so I guess we're becoming less new to the Neath as we go. It's Totino's DiGiorno. Welcome to Ladybones Road, delicious friend.
And this one's blue, so we'll do this.
Yes. Finding your way around fallen London isn't always straightforward. Finding your way around Fundin Lawland isn't always straightforward. There was a certain percussive reconfiguration when the city fell, true, but more than that, the place seems to enjoy a somewhat confounding relationship with space. It may take some practice for you to find your feet. Hit the cobbles, see if you can find your way from one area of the city to another. This will unlock the map, letting you travel around the city. That sounds useful. The ebb and flow of the streets. One of these days, you're really going to have to get yourself some better shoes. You have unlocked the map. And we can zoom and pan across the map and click on a location to zoom in or move to that area.
Oh, Ben.
I think we did it all right the first time.
Yeah.
Stories of the Fifth City has an exclamation point on it. Fifth City contains recurring rewards, seasonal events, and certain stories which you might decide to save until later. Oh gosh, seasonal events. That kind of thing scares me.
Yeah. Let's see. What are our other options?
Study the secrets of fallen London. Go mudlarking. All kinds of things wash up on the shores of the Stolen River. Or ambition. Nemesis. Someone you loved is dead. That has a lot of icons next to it. We unlock this by not having any ambition. Wow. Lock this by not having any ambition.
Oh, so I think ambition.
These are each different ambitions that we don't have.
Yeah, and so because we don't have one, we can
get this ambition
with Nemesis. I kind of want to either go look for crawdads or get vengeance. What do you think?
Let's get vengeance.
Hell yeah.
Someone you loved is dead. You swore you would scour the world for the killer. Your search brought you under the world. There will be a reckoning. This is an ambition, a major storyline with enormous rewards if you reach the end. Once you have picked an ambition, it is very hard to change it. Choose carefully. You can find other ambitions in other areas via travel button above. Your watchful and dangerous qualities are important for this ambition, and looks like we can't do it.
No,
we need watchful 6.
Watchful.
And we need to make a name for ourselves in Ladybones.
And Watchmaker's Hill.
Yeah,
so,
perhaps not. So I guess we'll go hunting for crawdads. Or stories of the city. Or what are these cards? The matter of opportunity. It's quite amazing what can land in your lap and fall in London. You unlock this by not having any acquaintance with the dubiously shrewd rat. Like, unlocked when you didn't have a route to lodgings. Okay, let's collect this then.
Yeah, it's a blue one.
It's quite amazing what can land in your lap and fall in London. A forgotten diamond, for instance, a fanged mushroom, an oddly helpful rodent. Admittedly, all opportunities are not created equal. Learn about the Opportunity Deck. The Opportunity Deck provides some of Fallen London's more uncommon options. Mini stories begin or progress through the deck, and the options there can often be more rewarding than regularly available ones. The contents of your Opportunity Deck will vary as you play and your character changes. It is worth drawing from the deck often. Was that it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Stop thieves! Crime is only moments old. Two men stole a watch and fled into the tangle of Flowerdene Rookery, where bad things happen to desperate people. Chase after them. The rookery is a distraction. The watch is going somewhere else. Is there another one? Our watch will only gives us a 42% chance of success at either of them.
Should we roll the dice on it or pick a different one?
There's nothing more dangerous than you or you just... I think we should try and fail and see what happens. I don't know which one to do.
We'll do watchful because we're trying to level that up. Now we have 6.
Scroll it. You've heard of a stuttering fence who trades in watches. There is no time to lose. If the watch reaches him, he'll have it christened within the hour, stripped of all identifying marks. You hail a hansom cab and race through the streets. There is his shop, and there, the thieves on the doorstep. As the hansom driver spurs you on, you lean out of the window and pluck the watch straight from the thieves' hands. Your cab vanishes around a corner before they realize what's happened. The owner of the missing watch rewards you with several fine bottles from his cellar and a standing invitation to dinner. Yay! I love when a naked man retrieves my watch, and I invite him to dinner.
Give us a lot of wine.
12 bottles, good lord. Maybe these are like 16-ounce bottles.
Maybe.
Single serve. The secular missionary, the implacable detective, asks for a meeting.
Let's do that.
The implacable detective asks for a meeting. A lady has approached me in need of help, she says. Seems to have misplaced a husband, careless of her. You're better suited to her case than myself. I cannot stand missionaries. Is that the case? So which one of these is the detective and which one of them is the lady that lost her husband?
No idea.
It could have helped meet the lady and find out more, could it? Delicate. The lady joins you for a cup of tea. She's quiet, well-spoken, demure. She has a graceful bearing and a resting tilt of the eyebrow. She is a more secular kind of missionary, dedicated to educating orphans and the disadvantaged. She made the hazardous trip down to the Neath in search of her errant husband. What makes her think he's down here? A spiritualist received a message from him, she says. She said he was in thrall to devils. She whispers the last words, wide-eyed. I definitely did not whisper them. Her eyes are very gray and very bright. An occurrence! Your intimate with secular missionary quality is now 1. You now have 1 implacable detective's business card.
Onwards.
If we scroll down, do we now have an option to pursue that, or
No.
we're just gonna keep an eye out?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
there we go.
wait. You need to hear the details of the husband's disappearance. So I guess we continue it this way.
Yeah, that's cool. So that
You need to hear the details of
sorry.
her husband's disappearance if you're to help her. She certainly seems eager to meet you again. Ask her the story in full. Ask her to talk about herself. You'll need information if you want to find him. Yes, the husband. You'll get to that bit in good time. What do you think?
Talk about herself.
Okay. You settle down at Beatrice's tea parlour with a plate of little sandwiches and tea in fine bone china cups. You steer the conversation away from the husband's disappearance and ask the secular missionary about her own life and work. She is reserved, but she gives you a few hints about her life. The dedication to her husband and elderly parents. The vocation that led her to missionary work, educating poor young ladies. It's almost too good to be true. Doesn't she have any flaws? I guess we can probably do it again. Oh, an invitation to linger. I wonder what the purple border means.
Yeah. Unlocked when you do not have a benevolence.
Yes, that's the word.
Sure. Should we keep doing our cards?
I think so.
Yeah. None of the
London's...
others were really calling out to me besides the one we couldn't do.
Yeah. London sometimes seems to demand blind hurry, but every so often the bustle of the street slows down of its own accord and bids us to stop and listen to the city. A swarm of cats, it can be labeled nothing less, courses down Lusitania Row in pursuit of a lone man. Stop for a moment and watch. What goes on with the changing of the seasons? Oh god, that'll refresh 10 actions. How long am I going to have to read?
Perhaps not.
The winding streets and treacherous cobbles. We already did that, didn't we?
Yeah, that got us the map. But let's see if it's different, like the others. Yeah.
And we can try again. For some reason.
For some reason. So
alright.
Let's go mudlarking.
Alright. All kinds of things wash up on the shores of the Stolen River. If you've a good eye, you might get lucky. Poke around near the shore. This close in, the mud is fairly safe. They say a lighter loaded with contraband wine went down just the other day, so I'm guessing this isn't like a cigarette lighter that is filled with wine instead of lighter fluid.
Yeah, it's probably some kind of a boat or something.
Go out as far as you can. The mud is treacherous too far from the shore, sticky and devouring. You need to keep a sharp eye out. Let's do the easier one.
Yeah.
Where we're less likely to die. Nothing. You flounder through the mud to no effect. It's so damned hard to see in this light. If any wine's still out there, you can't find it. We already have enough wine, in my opinion. Watchful 6 failed in a challenge. When you try a challenge that's difficult for you, you earn more, even when you fail.
Look again? Or
yeah, let's try again. Why not? Yeah, let's keep doing it. Spotted one! It takes considerable sticky and revolting searching, but you find a broken case of wine half buried in the mud. A few bottles still remain. Now for a long bath. We have 10 more bottles of wine!
It's of a different kind of wine, too. So
God,
we have 22.
Are we just carrying this all with us?
I guess so.
Let's look at our possessions.
We can have different outfits. I think.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Oh, you can save specific
okay.
outfits. So, incognito outfit should have the shadowy mask. That's for sure.
Yes. Can we see how much wine we have? We have
the tab for wines.
We have 22 wines. Good lord, can we do anything with them? Click on this item in your inventory to use it. Oh gosh. Fine wine is best enjoyed in voluble company.
But we can't do either of those yet.
Perhaps not.
Messages.
Messages about the game will appear on this tab here on the recently panel, blah blah blah. I don't care. Do we have... I think we have enough Watchful for Nemesis now, but I think we also need to make a name for ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's... Stories of the Fifth City. I'm scared of it, but let's do it.
Okay. There's also... It also says to hide it, so I think it is just the like event content. But We
Then
can.
maybe we shouldn't do it. Let's study the secrets of fallen London.
Yeah, it's the only one we haven't done yet.
Fallen London is a city of secrets. If you're here to find them, Lady Bones Road is the place to start. Decipher graffiti. Visitors from hell come through here. Some of the scrawlings are bizarre, terrifying, or very, very funny. Some hold valuable secrets. Success will gain you whispered hints, and sometimes a little more besides.
A 100% chance of success.
Among the death threats, infernal gossip, and inventive suggestions for innovation in the bedroom, you unearth a secret of greater value.
We have
we now
2
have
cryptic clues and 5
whispered hints. Okay.
Yeah, there were more in here though.
Listen to gossip at Hangman's Arch. Old women sell sugared mushrooms between executions at Hangman's Arch. They know a surprising amount about what goes on in the city. Success here will gain you more whispered hints than deciphering graffiti would.
Now have 10.
Damn. The old women gum and cackle and tell jokes that would make a sailor blush. But while the bodies of seditionists are removed from the nooses and carted off to exile, you learn a few petty but valuable secrets about local politics and the latest villainies going on in the Flowerdine Rookery.
Words. And there was one more at the bottom.
Constable? You keep hearing stories of a constable who isn't like the others, a woman who works alone. What secrets does she know? Perhaps you could set up a meeting.
Not having any family in law. And we do not have any of those.
The briefest of notes, it bears only a scrawled address and time. Enough. You gain 1 rendezvous with the last constable item. This has opened a new story for you. And our watchfulness increased. Working with the last constable, she styles herself the last honest special constable in London, and she wants to bring down the cheery man who controls Watchmaker's Hill. Ask the last constable about the feud, or speak to the cheery man. Perhaps you can earn something from the feud. Or should we be a cop, or should we be a narc, or should we be chill?
We should be chill.
The cheery man is the muscular, grim-smiling landlord of Medusa's Head. In the corners of the bar, they gossip about the feud with the last constable. Okay, so we gotta be a cop or a landlord.
They both
For 2 decades, he's had men and women knifed and drowned and cut in ways that mean they won't rise again. But he has a certain charm, and it's no secret he knows every villain in the city, so he doesn't sound great.
No, I think suspend disbelief and we can go be a narc.
You find her in a cramped office above Caligula's coffee house. She looks up from a stack of bills. You came. Thank you. I need your help. She comes downstairs for a cup of coffee. What?
I said, that's what she said. You came. Thank you. I need your help.
That is what she said. She comes downstairs for a cup of coffee. The staff brings her the usual, a dangerously deep mug of the number 4 special. She drains half of it in one swallow. I'm sorry, I haven't been sleeping well. I'm the only one left, you see, the only one. The others all work for the ministry now. Master's puppets. You've heard of the cheery man? He runs Watchmaker's Hill and half the docks. The last constable squeezes your wrist with a apparently is what I said, with a trembling hand. I've heard of you. You're from the surface. You can help. Will you help? I'll send word to you. The constable will arrange another rendezvous soon. A card will appear in your hand shortly. An occurrence. Your family and law quality is now 1. You're involved in a feud between the cherry man and the last constable. We now have 2 intriguing snippet.
Onwards. Can we do this one now?
I mean, we always could, but all it does is refresh
that's
actions, which maybe we should do, and we could get access to another card from the deck.
Yeah.
The gentleman is harried around a corner and down an alley, whereupon he disappears from your sight. A manservant in the livery of the shuttered palace approaches soon after, panting. Where did they go? Your curiosity is noted. Can't stop. Business on behalf of the Duchess.
Who's this little boy?
An urchin. An urchin tugs your sleeve. Hello, people are wondering how they should address you. Let us know and we'll pass a word around. Sir, madam, citizen, deacon, lieutenant, private, doctor, lady, lord, your question is unnecessary. There are individuals roaming the streets of fallen London with the faces of squid. Squid! Titles are nonsense here. If you enjoy people being unsure how to address you, this option will result in you being addressed as, sir, Matt, yes, regardless of context. That sounds so intolerable.
Yes.
I think we should be a lieutenant.
Yeah, just because you get to say lieutenant a lot.
Yes. Cool, lieutenant, eh? He aims an imaginary rifle at your face. Bang! He nearly collapses in a fit of giggles. Oh, I'll make sure people know. Thanks! If you wish to choose a different title or to swap to a new title once you've unlocked it, you will find the option on the rooftops, Urchin's Opportunity card. We're going to unlock new titles. This is a Tales game.
Yay!
Our favorite. Ah!
Criminals.
Wherever there's poverty, darkness, and despair, there are folks to make a profit on it. And London has these aplenty. Provide an alibi. The constables are arresting a weepy pickpocket down the road. She's probably as guilty as a cat with a cream mustache, but speaking on her behalf will bring you into her debt. Bring her into your debt.
And we can.
So there's tons of things we could possibly do, but all we have the ability to do now. What gives us the opportunity to do this?
This was a card that came up.
No, but what is the icon next to lie? By not having, we unlock this by not having favors criminals. So,
yeah,
because we don't have favors yet. Okay. Constables glower but relinquish the weepy pickpocket. We'll be keeping an eye on you, they say to both of you. When they've gone, the weepy pickpocket nudges you. She removes her arm wrapping and takes out a tack which has been pressing into her. Makes the tears flow all easy like, she confides, wiping away the blood. She flicks it down the cobbles. Coppers sometimes send you away out of pity, but if they think you not, if they don't think you're with the bother, not these, though, I owe you one.
I can't think of a cuss word that.
Buggers.
Leaders. Something. I don't know. Bitchers.
One of their fancy British cuss words. Riches, power, beauty, refinement. The great, if not necessarily the good. I don't think we're going to be able to do any of this.
Oh. It's still locked, though.
Plus 30 fate to play.
What's fate?
Best suited for characters with some skills at 50 or higher.
Yeah, we're not.
We still have a fate of 0.
Okay, yeah. Let's not do that. So perhaps not. That one can just sit there for a bit. Okay.
So they said a card would appear in our hands soon. I wonder if that appeared without us knowing, and it's just in our possessions now.
Or if it was one of the ones we did somehow. Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah. I suppose we could go to another place. Ah!
Vale Garden.
That's my favorite Dragon Age game.
I was about to say it sounds like a Dragon Age game.
I mean, yeah. What that one's called the Veilguard, right?
Yeah. So poets and prostitutes and other low types.
That sounds good.
Spite is a ragged old market for silk weavers and pickpockets.
Ooh, feral cats.
Feral cats is pretty dope. Let's do some feral cats. Was that it? I don't know
Yeah,
why I had to come into a second menu to go to the only one place.
Find somewhere to live. Sounds important. You need an address, or the constables might scoop you off the streets for vagrancy. Besides, it's cold out here, and you need somewhere to receive visitors. Lodgings of your own are an important thing to have. I don't think we can do anything, though.
Perhaps not.
Making your name. A courier's secret.
White fingers.
We can't do this either, but we can try.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't think Jotina DiGiorno's ambition is stealing anyways. So let's be a courier.
Fight teams with penny pickpockets. To rise above the crowd, you'll need to pull off something ambitious. You've heard of a courier who moves incendiary secrets for anarchists. If you could intercept them, you could help the anarchists. Gather moon pearls to buy information about the courier's route. Then steal the courier's secrets to unlock new stories. Earn moon pearls by working as a courier yourself. Be swift, be wary. Gather 100 moon pearls to buy information about the courier's route. Hone your shadowy skills. The Alleys of Spite offer many opportunities and victims. This will take you to the Alleys of Spite storylet, where you can practice your skills.
Ties. Let's get some shadowy skills.
Ragged Old Market of Spite is known for its silk weavers and its pickpockets. Blythenhale is notorious for its feral cats. The Flyrdean Street is the heart of the worst rookery in Fallen London, and I know what a rookery is. This is a good place to learn the ways of the shadows. Fallen Londoners pursue cats avidly. Why? I want to know about the cats.
Let's do cats.
That's a weird icon of a cat.
It is.
Catch a cat, catch a secret, a toothy footpad confides. They can be tricksy, though.
Cat catching.
Catch the right one, it'll tell you a secret, but it's bad luck to hurt them, and it's damnably hard to sneak up on a cat. Catch a tabby cat in the Alleys of Spite. They say all cats are gray in the dark, but tabbies are the most talkative and least useful. Catch a Ginger Tom on the rooftops. Ginger Toms are the most arrogant of their kind. They like to stalk the rooftops and pretend the city belongs to them. The good news is, you can sneak up on them while they're preening, and the bad news is, you need to do it on the rooftops. Don't look down. White cats tend to be deaf, which might be why they're so watchful. You didn't know cats came in this particular black? It's as if someone cut a hole in shadow and filled it with ink. So let's do the easy one. So there's this thing people like to do where they're like, oh, orange cats are stupid or whatever. And I'm like, cats are just cats. What are you talking about?
Don't be racist against cats.
Literally, I have no idea how, like, a ginger cat and a calico cat are different. What are you talking about? It wriggles and yells and scratches, but eventually it swaps a secret for its freedom. 12 of them.
Wow. Yeah, the pros keep saying a few and one, and then the game text says 900.
Yeah. Let's do a hard challenge. Let's try to catch a ginger cat. Why not?
Fail.
It got away. It knew you were there all along, but it waited until the last moment to step aside and watch you plunge into the street. You grab a gutter and haul yourself back aboard, thinking dark thoughts as it saunters over the roof ridge. But our shadowy has increased to 6.
And I don't think we're going to get any of the harder ones.
Almost impossible challenge, it says. How long have we been going?
58 minutes ago, including the thing.
Do you want to go longer?
Let's... Oh, we can discard this one. So we don't have to do it.
What was that one?
This was the...
Oh, the one that we can't do anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can discard and select the one remaining card. Oh. I guess it just puts it back in the deck.
Oh, no, it just came up again.
I don't understand.
Me neither. So let's see if anything fun is happening in Vale Garden. And...
Oh, we can try to find somewhere to live here, apparently. Ooh, rent a room. A payment of whispered hints will cover you for now. Steal whispered hints in spite or travel to Ladybug to acquire them honestly. And we have them, so let's get a room. You deserve somewhere better, of course, but this will keep you out of the cold. It's a big improvement on the prison cell you were in such a short time ago. So now we only have 7 whispered hints. We've apparently lost the information that we gave. That's how information works.
Ooh, mysterious benefactor.
Stranger slipped you a note.
By the time you turn, they're already gone.
Stranger slips you a note, but by the time you turn, they're already gone. Oh, you already read that. I think you read that before the stream scrolled up.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were just saying something. I thought you were just implying they were Batman.
No, I just you were quiet for a bit, so I just finished it because it started with the same.
Yeah.
Thing.
Have patience. Arrange for lodgings. I will send assistance there. All shall be well.
Okay.
Who knows? You're here in Fallen London. Why are they helping you? Okay.
Let's go here then.
In Fallen London, the bazaar is a constant presence. Even from your window, you can see its spires jutting above the rooftops. The side streets around it are reserved for the city's most influential types, which you are very much not yet. But the goods that flow through the bazaar reach every part of the city. There's money to be made by those with something to sell, like, say, those who have just spotted a shining gemstone wedged between the floorboards. Pry loose the diamond. You were told that anything left in the room must have been forgotten from the previous tenant, and thus should be considered fair game. You pop the jewel out between the floorboards and dust off the accumulated dust. It's a fine one, and it's yours now. You've not yet made yourself familiar with the buying and selling of goods in the city, but you have a line on someone who might pay a good price for this. Is it the Smiling Fence? She works out of a dingy warehouse in Spite. She smiles. Of course she does when she sees you, but there's a nervous saccading. Oh, yeah, I know what that means. Saccading motion to her eyes, like she's trying to watch all the entrances at once. What have you got for me then?
Want the bazaar tab, where we can sell our diamond.
You may sell up to 999,999 items at a time. If you need to sell more, do so in batches.
Jesus Christ.
12 echoes, 50 pence earned. Her smile widens just a little.
Oh, that pop-up on when we sold it was in lore. That's cute. So it wasn't just like success, you did it. It was a response in the thing, because now we're on the next part, which is cool.
And now it wants us to purchase an item of clothing from the fence via the bazaar tab. The fence hands you a stack of echoes and some pennies. Somewhere nearby, a window breaks. There's the sound of heavy boots tromping your way. She sighs. Flaming constables again. Not your doing, I imagined. Just time for me to close up shop again. Of course, it's probably best that you get out of here without them guessing your identity. Scrutiny from the constables this soon after your escape would be importune.
I have not seen importune used as a standalone adjective. It's always been like right before a noun. So that took a second.
See, says the fence smiling waiter. Well, it just so happens I've got some dogs for sale. Quickly now, before they seize the lot.
Suit.
Faded morning suit or maid servant's uniform?
I think a suit. Should probably get dressed.
Yes.
Should we take off our prisoner's mask?
It does make us more shadowy.
It's true. Why not?
And it does look cool.
Yeah, now we're like a superhero. We have a suit and a mask.
Or like Skullface from Metal Gear Solid 5. The constables only have eyes for the fence and her goods. She seems entirely unconcerned by this. It is just, as she says, the cost of doing business. Fortunately, the bobbies don't spare you a second glance as you slip into the night. You can now access all the shops of the bazaar. As you explore Farmland, you'll acquire a miscellany of items. Many of them you can sell. For starters, you might consider selling some of your unwanted clothing from prison.
Neat. Oh, we unlocked more Fifth City stories.
Gosh, there is so much in this game.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
a lot.
understand most of it.
Yeah, it's been going for a hot minute. I do think now is probably a good time to stop.
Yes.
So that was neat. I haven't played a browser game in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I when I was doing the history section, I was getting more and more like, oh no, oh shit, when I saw that it was a free to play Farmville like, but the recharge rate for the actions, we didn't run out for all that time that we were playing, so it's not as
I imagine it's a bit more generous during the onboarding.
yeah, but it shows that it's it's counting down in time, and normally when it's worse in the worse later, it'll be like, oh, this action requires X amount of time and not at your recharge rate. So who knows? I don't think I'll get far enough in the game to find it out. I do think this is something that I would absolutely love if I had played it back in 2009. I had a lot of friends who were really into Mafia Wars, and it looked very stupid and not fun. And this looks like it would be that same sort of thing, but something I would have actually enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. This was interesting. I'm trying to remember how Kingdom of Loathing works, because that is a browser game I played, but that was like 20 years ago or something, so I don't really remember how it works.
Yeah, but as a adventure game and an interactive fiction, since we're nearing the end of this arc, this is the first one that we've done that is less like personal choices and more choose your own adventure. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, it's interesting because it's like an open world choose your own adventure game.
Yeah.
Which I found difficult to wrap my mind around, because there's all these stats and weird things like you're getting secrets, but you're not getting a specific secret. You're just getting the idea of secrets, which can then are a currency, and it's weird and it's interesting. And I could have probably gotten into this back in like 2010 when I was into all that Victorian shit, and also the game was probably a lot smaller.
Yeah, and like as I was playing through it and I was enjoying myself, I was thinking like, oh, should I keep playing this and it just be like a thing I do like while my code's compiling at work, and I was like, I don't interact with my web browser in this sort of way that I did back in the day. Sitting on the computer and scrolling for hours is not what I do anymore. I sit on my phone and I scroll for hours. But I definitely enjoyed my time with it. I just don't think I will play anymore. But also, good on them. I don't think Farmville's still around. And I know Mafia Wars isn't. Let me see if Farmville's still a thing.
Farmville is a series of agriculture simulation social network games developed and published by Zynga beginning in 2009. On September 27, 2020, Zynga announced it would discontinue the first Farmville on Facebook on December 31st, 2020, as Facebook was to stop supporting games running on Flash Player, required by Farmville on that day. Like Farmville 2, Farmville 3 focuses on mobile devices.
Yeah, so I guess it's still around, but it also doesn't run in the browser anymore. So yeah, it's cool that they've kept a browser game alive for this long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought some of the writing was clumsy, but it might have just been British and we
Yeah.
were clumsy readers. But the like Welcome to Night Vale ass tone of it's mostly spooky and weird, but it's also being funny about the whole thing. I absolutely would have loved the shit out of back in the day. Yeah, this is one of the first games that we've played where my nostalgic yearning for, oh, I would have loved this back in the day, like hurts the most, because if I finally play Quest 64 and whatever, and I really like Quest 64, it would have been like, oh, if I would have had this on the N64, I would have loved it. But I could just play it on the N64 right now. This one is a time commitment, and the fact that like they need to keep their subscribers subscribed 15 years down the line means they have to keep coming up with stuff, which means if you start 15 years down the line, you're out of luck. You'll never catch up. And it seems incompatible with my life, which sucks, because I think the game is good and I think I would have enjoyed playing it, but I just won't be able to continue.
Yeah.
But
It's neat. I like getting a glimpse into a corner of video games that I am not familiar with, and I didn't know something quite like this existed.
yeah, and I really really like the open world nature of it all. The in like having stats and stuff like that just made it all like I could see it as a way that the adventure game could level up from the ones that we did before. And there's probably others like it that we don't know, because we've been honest this whole mini arc that neither of us really have dabbled in the space at all before. And so there might be other ones like it, but this one being the first one that I played, I thought was really cool to have stats and a not just following a story or exploring a space, but more just doing whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I think this belongs in the JRPG canon? Absolutely not. Has nothing we're so far removed from JRPGs. This was mostly only in the thing because it was commissioned by L, but I left it. I didn't push back on it and ask for something else with the commission, because I thought it would be cool after we did a lot of the early adventure games to check in on ones that came later down the line, and we'll have one more of those next time to finish up this mini arc. But yeah, I liked my time with it today, and I will forget it exists in a couple of minutes.
I would have liked my time with it more if I hadn't had to perform
Yeah.
and try to do British accents.
Yeah, that definitely changes it. But yeah, I think I don't have anything else to say about it. So that must mean it is the end of today's episode. If you like what you heard today and you're not subscribed to RPG Book Club, you should check us out whether
You like it or not.
You should check us out wherever you get your podcasts. After subscribing, you can head on over to www.rpgbook.club, where any and all donations will help us offset the cost of running the show. If you donate $1 or more a month, you'll get access to our bonus feed, which has after shows for each episode of the podcast, as well as bonus seasons of the show covering the Tales of series and the Star Ocean series. If you donate $5 or more a month, you'll also get your name shouted out at the end of every episode, a little like this. Shouts to Dragon Slayer 19, Freddy Rodriguez, and JFro Prime. And then finally, at $20 or more a month, you can make me say a one-sentence shout-out to whatever it is you like, such as El Tantavi, who wants you to check out Aftermath.site, a worker-owned, reader-supported news site covering video games, the internet, and the cultures that surround them. as well as Keldranas, who says to check out Podcasters Assemble. It's a documentary-style, crowdsourced movie hype and rewatch podcast. Every season, podcasters from around the world are assembled to review, reminisce, and riff on a popular franchise. And shoutouts to Vimk, who says, "You egotistical fetus, you think Our Lady rang the muster call just for you?" And shoutouts to It's Claire Time, who says, "For you TTRPG nerds, check out Fabula Ultima. I'm not affiliated with the game, I just think it's neat. For the JRPG Canon, I've been Sam.
I'm Bernard.
Go play some games."